This weekend, there is a potent invitation to revisit what has been holding us back, to transform and empower ourselves in ways we never thought possible. It's a weekend to step into our authenticity, to let go of what no longer serves us, to make room for love, for connection, to make room for what truly aligns with who we are becoming. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We will gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, and by the time we're at the end here, our time spent together, my hope is that you have the tools, the wisdom, the insight to go forward with strength, with confidence, clarity, love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Welcome to your weekend focus, March the 22nd and the 23rd, 2025. Saturday, the beautiful 22 energy comes in. A master number, one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful number in numerology, telling us that when we put our focus, our attention, our energy on the things that we want to bring into our world, it shows up. Life can change on a dime. But we have to show up. We have to do the work. Our focus must be on that. And that's when we get the helping hand to take that next step, or something comes in that we needed in order to branch out in some way, or to do more, or be more, or become more. If we look at the daily numerology, it'd be a 3 plus a 22 plus a 9, which gives us a 34. Okay, so it really is a very active period to rapidly advance towards goals, dreams. Okay, it's about the communication that propels us forward. It's definitely a time of romance. 3 plus 4 is a 7, and that is about bringing love and harmony and joy and beauty to our relationships as well as our environments, to bring in balance. Sunday, we have the 23. The 23 is all about believing in a higher power, knowing that we are being guided, to follow our inner compass, to follow our gut feeling, to follow our intuition, to know that God, our maker, the universe, angels, spirit guides are all working on our behalf to create exactly what we desire to step into, to help us master our steps. Daily numerology would be a 3 plus 5 plus a 9, and that is a 17, making the impossible possible. We've had the 17 popping up all over the place lately. We have a lot of that Piscean energy, a lot of that Neptune energy. Remember that each and every day Neptune is sitting at 29 degrees of Pisces, the final degree. So even though it may not even be in a transit we're talking about, know that that is a very powerful energy all by itself. It doesn't need to come in contact with anything to be powerful, and it's ripping away the last of the illusions. It's ripping away things so we see the truth. So we see where we can go. So when we step into Aries, we can start making the plan, that the steps start appearing before us. So don't tell me it's impossible during this kind of energy, because it's not impossible. It might be next to impossible, sure. But we can move a mountain too. Do we have the patience, the perseverance, the time, the energy? Because we have to start one shovel full at a time, right? It's going to take a while. But we could do it, potentially. And don't worry, there'll be energy coming in to ground us, to let us see past the illusions, to see in reality how we can make that something, how we can make it tangible. Or maybe we just believed that that was for somebody else, not me. And now we see that we can step into that it is for us. Making the impossible possible, a renewed sense of hope, a belief in ourselves, that we can, that we will. 1 plus 7 is an 8, and that is all about growing our abundance. Not just abundance, but prosperity, wealth, stature. And if we are living authentically, this is a time when we can gain deep respect from those that surround us through our actions, through our words, and what we stand for. Sun is in Aries. Moon is in Capricorn. Now, on Saturday, the Sun will conjunct Venus. So, we walk into this energy of boldness and reflection. Okay, the Sun conjunct Venus in Aries, and Venus is in retrograde. So there's an intensity to the way we're looking at our relationships, our self-worth, what we truly need from love in our life. It's kind of like we're combining confidence with introspection. It would be a very powerful time to reconnect with our desires, evaluating where we've been, where we are, where we're going. So, and I have been pulling the no man's land kind of card repeatedly, so that makes a lot of sense. That we're kind of trying, and the Hermit would be another one, where we're trying to ground ourselves in the moment and evaluating what has gotten us here and how we decide to proceed. And yesterday we experienced Pluto pushing us towards what we want, maybe even pushing us out of our comfort zones in some way. Now the Sun is more reflective, more of a conscious state. It helps us see what we actually need, not so much what we want. We can want a lot of things, but there are some things that we need. And so the Sun makes sure that we have a strong foundation that we're constantly building on. And Venus is retrograde, so we're asked to revisit our values, our desires, our emotional needs. So Pluto and the Sun are guiding us to act with both insight, what we need, but the intensity, what we want as well. Awareness and transformation coming together, having, back-to-back conversations. Okay, transformation was the Pluto, but the awareness is the Sun. So it invites us to embrace both sides of the coin. The Sun lights up Venus's energy, so it'll highlight what we value most in our life, where we place our value, and is it something we should be placing our value on or giving our love to? So once again, it's time to pause, to reflect, to gain clarity on how we want to move forward. What's important to us? And Sun in Aries, well, that boosts our confidence. So, this is a great time to affirm our self-worth. Self-love practices, reminding ourselves of what we deserve, of our value. Reflect on what we want to show up in our relationships. Whether our actions align with the love and respect that we deserve. Or do we give in? Do we give up parts of our power away? Do we give parts of ourselves away to create the harmony, to create the balance? Where do we need to reclaim our power is what this energy is trying to tell us. And then Sunday, the sun sextiles Pluto. So powerful opportunity to transform aspects of ourselves, okay? And these things could have been hidden in the shadows. We may not even have been really aware of it. Okay, the sun represents our core essence, our identity, our life force. And Pluto, transformation, power, emotional undercurrents that shape our lives. So we are invited to explore the depths of who we are. And in doing so, there is great potential here to step into a more empowered and authentic version of ourselves. So look at where we might be holding back or allowing old patterns to dictate our lives. It's really a time to embrace any kind of personal growth in our mind and break through some old limitations. Okay, we will gain insights with this kind of energy to really step into our personal power or to take back some of our personal power. So have you been feeling stagnated or stuck or tethered to something, or this is the time to take action. Pluto is a catalyst for change, and we have the sun's bright fiery energy supporting the transformation. So dive into personal growth. Absolutely. Like, where do you want to evolve? Now think about that and start taking the steps to make it happen. This energy really supports you in it. Own your power. Own your power. This energy is about stepping into your full empowerment. So what have you been holding back from? Pluto is saying claim it. Claim your power. Step into it. Boldly. Step into it. Then you got the sun in Aries. Boldly step into it. So let go of what doesn't serve you. Okay, Pluto also brings a cleansing energy in. It helps us to let go of what no longer serves us, our highest good. And that could be a toxic relationship, an outdated belief, a bad habit. Fill in the blank there. So this is beautiful energy to embrace so that you can release what's holding you back. And trust that when you do this, you're making room for something better, something that aligns more deeply with who you are becoming. Okay, let's turn to the cards. Oh, look at, she was there again. And I did a lot of shuffling, a lot of extra shuffling. Okay, here we go. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Underlying energy goes there. And today our underlying energy is, oh, look at this, the King of Cups. This is, doing that basic checklist. Are we okay? Do people respect us? Are we paid what we're worth? Are we in relationships that value us? Do we deserve more? Do we love ourselves? Do we take the time to show ourselves how much we love ourselves and to not allow people to take away our power, to not compromise away our happiness in order to keep the harmony, in order to keep the flow going, the balance, but rather to co-conspire is what I hear, to come to agreements that serve the betterment of both parties. Yeah. That we are creating win-win situations for ourselves. That it's balanced. We're not giving so much of ourselves. They're not, and where they sacrifice, they choose to sacrifice. Where we sacrifice, we choose to sacrifice. And yes, sacrifice is part of it. It's an important part of it. Of course we sacrifice each and every day in all parts of our life, with all of our relationships. But so do they. This is about feeling security. This is about feeling balance. This is about we've got the necessities in place. We've got the the balance, the strength. We know what we are building. I see this as dear old dad, and we're young and we're out there in the world, and we think that we're so grown up at this point, and dad stops us and asks us if we have enough money, where we're staying, who we're hanging with, do they like us, do they respect us, does the job make us happy, do we enjoy what we're doing, did they pay us enough. Asking us all those questions. When's the last time you had the oil changed in your car? Kind of questions. Knowing that if we took care of the foundation, that we could always build strongly upon it. And teaching us those things so that when dad wasn't around anymore, that we would remember to do those things for ourselves and sit there and do an assessment here and there just to make sure that we are in alignment with everything, that we do have a strong foundation. Or is there areas of our life that need our attention? We have the Three of Pentacles. It's going to take work. It's going to take hard work. It's going to be one brush stroke at a time, one step at a time. This is saying just be your best version of you. Just be authentic, be real, show up, and give it your best. You don't think people are watching? When this card comes out, people are always watching. People are always taking notes, especially if you're doing something in the community or work related. They're looking at your value, what you bring to the table, and you may not even realize it yet that you were already interviewing for a prospective job down the road. Something to do, someone to be, within the community, within a workplace, taking you farther and further. And this is almost like we are creating our path forward, that we are painting our tomorrows one brushstroke at a time, that we are slowly evolving and creating it like it should be, rather than at a snap of the fingers, but rather that we are slowly making it the masterpiece it deserves to be, that we deserve it to be. King of Swords. It's about focusing on your path, on your dream, where you want to step, where you want to go. We hold that sword kind of at the ready. Oh, I can't even do that with my... I know it'll be fine by the time you watch this, though. So, but anyways, you know how they hold the sword like that? That's in the first stance, or whatever you would call it. Does anybody know that out there? So leave it in the comments. Educate us all. I should go and figure that out too. No time though right now, but maybe when I come back, I'll definitely do it. So anyways, here we are, and I'm kind of amazed that I'm actually at this point now where I think I'm going to be able to finish all the videos before I return. So yay me. So that was a bridge that I tried to cross so many times, and I've never been successful at it. So I'm pretty attaboying myself there on that. Okay, back to you. King of Swords. King of Swords. We hold that sword at the ready. We are ready to use it, to utilize it in any way that is necessary in order to go forward on our path. We're not going to let people pull us down. We're not going to allow people to take our power. We're not going to let people stand in our way with their opinions, with their poking and prodding and tearing down and tearing apart our dreams. We're going to stand strong in who we are. And if the path is not there, we'll use that sword to chop a way through the thick, dense overgrowth. The brush, we'll find that path. It's like a determination. We get determined. It's ours kind of thing. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Beautiful cards to go with the astrology. This is a card of, we're sitting there. We're sitting there and we are a queen. So we already know that we are highly intuitive. We already know that we are very much the diplomat. And we have created all of this around us. And there is serene beauty around us. And now we are looking at this empty goblet, this empty cup. And we can create anything we want. The possibilities are endless with this card. The catch to this card is that we'll only fill it up to what we feel we deserve. So this is not a time to think small. This is not a time to think that you do not deserve in any shape, form, or manner for that cup to be brimming with dreams of happiness and joy and abundance and love and anything your heart desires. This is a time to own it, to know that you are deserving, and to unapologetically go forward knowing that. Okay, let's get an oracle card. That was kind of heavy, wasn't it? Okay. But very true. Know your worth. Love yourself. You're one of a kind. And this being human thing is hard, okay? It's hard. We always think it's going to be so much easier than it is. And then when we go back, we don't see it in the same way, but we see the struggle that we went through. We kind of giggle at some of it. Adventure, the 30. Okay. Let's see what adventure brings us. An excellent time to take a short jaunt, which I'm doing right now. Anywhere that inspires you. Well, I'm probably inspired at this point to go home and to get back to all of you. If you enjoy horseback riding or riding a bike, create the opportunity to do this. Just get outdoors and travel. It'll help you break out of your routine. It'll expose you to a different outlook, a new opportunity, an adventure. You are really going to feel so much better after taking a break. There is no feeling quite like having the wind blow through your hair or the sun on your back. So this card is definitely saying to, if you see something that you want to step in and really want to do it, then why aren't you doing it? Think about it. Ask yourself. Be truthful with yourself. You might be amazed at some of the answers that come up. Things that you never would have thought of. Me and Paul were having a conversation. He brought up two things that I had totally blocked out. It was so horrific to me that I completely just blocked it out. And it was really two issues where it was the respect towards a person. Yeah. And it was horrific in my eyes and it was acceptable by, we were looking around and I guess everybody was okay with it, but I certainly was, and I was very unsettled with it. So, but that was just me. But Paul agrees, and it was kind of comical, almost comical. It was so outlandish and out there that it was kind of comical. Anyways, look at this, partners with the seahorses. I'll get back to you again. I'm just rambling now. Okay. But we block things out. We don't know we blocked it out because we blocked it out. But it's still there. Okay, it's like a splinter. Every so often it hurts a little bit. Well, eventually it comes out. Let's get it out. Love, partners, foundation, balance, relationship, and safety. Love is composed by a single soul inhabiting two bodies. We've chosen Seahorse, so this is a time for you to look closely at the relationships around you. If you're currently with a love partner, it's time for you to rekindle your passion and explore new ways to build on your foundation. Safety and security is important for you, and Seahorse offers protection, love, and the safety so that you can continue on your journey. If you're single, it's very important for you to restore the balance that is missing within you in order to attract the right person. Like attracts like. Be the type of person that you want to be in your life. Unlike humans, it's the male seahorse that carries the babies. This card could signify that there is an imbalance between the female and male partnership in which a realignment must take place. This is the first time we've had it like all relationship kind of weaved in quite some time, right? Venus has really been quiet during the retrograde up till now. Although, don't worry, there's a voice coming. This could be in the workplace or a love relationship. If you're thinking about beginning your own business, this is a wonderful time, but you must not go it alone. A partner is needed to help you with the balance. You may be the creative type. You will then need someone to ground you with regards to finances or vice versa. There's also a message that a loved one, maybe a male energy who has crossed over, is coming through. A message of love and peace. Ancient Europeans believed that the seahorse carried the souls of the deceased sailors to the underworld. Seahorses offered the sailors, or male energy, protection on their journey as they went to meet their destiny. It's now time for you to embrace your destiny. And isn't it funny that this energy lately is a lot about our destiny? But that's more of the background noise, isn't it? So, yeah, be bold today. Be unapologetically, authentically real. Allow your inner expression to shine. And go forward with a strength. Choose your path. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.